I call all my USB sticks isolinear chips.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know.
I keep mine on lanyards.
Backwards, right? It's like oh, you keep them on lanyards? Yeah.
Yeah, well, because they're so small, right?
Yeah.
So the lanyard gives you something like in case you lose them, like they're easier to spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I want to see next year on Discovery. More lanyards.
Oh yeah, that's what they need. That's the problem.
I want to see holographic lanyards.
There you go.
That's funny. All right, we ready to get going, guys?
Chad sounds like he's part of NPR right now, just all soft toned and.
Is it? Does it sound soft toned?
You just sound like you're gonna like read to us about poetry or something.
What are you wearing on your head? What do you got?
Me, I got a beanie.
You just got a straight beanie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's here I'll show you the logo.
The logo. Oh, on the beanie. I was like, do you put a logo on his see, that's the way you should be wearing it.
What does that say?
I know. It says okay, so I don't think I ever told you guys this, but a long time ago I tried to launch a company called Haggle Champ. And so this is the logo of that company. So in the wrestler mask there's an H and a C called Haggle or for Haggle Champ.
Huh. So what was the company? What was Haggle Champ?
Exactly? It was basically a car buying negotiation tool. So you could go on it and essentially say, "Hey, I'm looking for a car that either make or model," or you could just say, "I want a sedan or an SUV, late model, whatever it is," and it would send out to dealers, and you could negotiate your price and make them compete against each other anonymously. So that way, by the time you walk to the dealership, you already had a deal ready to go.
You know what the problem was?
What's
You didn't have a commercial with William Shatner.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Saying used car negotiator.
Right. That was the problem. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Well, let's get started.
Let's get going.
What's left of Haggle Champ is
that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Could always do it again. Could always launch it again.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, let's not keep these assholes waiting.
Trekcast.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Don't keep them waiting. They get ornery.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trekcast. We're back at it again after last week's supplemental and 2 weeks ago our final review of the Discovery Season 3. I'm Chad. That's Dan. That's Daniel. It's the most unpredictable podcast in the universe. I have no idea what to say at this point, so there we go. Now we're going to get started.
I know. You've been off for a couple weeks.
What in the hell?
Yeah.
Totally off.
Totally off. Chad's rusty.
Yeah.
Rusty
I
Chad.
redid all this stuff. I showed you guys that picture of it. So now the soundboard's up on the wall and the audio interface is up on the wall and all the cords are nice and clean and neat. And so some of the knobs got twisted and turned. And so if I sound a little funny or off, that's why. So.
Well, Chad, I see something in the background that's new.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, I got that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks to our friends over at Nerd Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that little tin of the poster.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a 1940s, 1950s boxing poster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. And you know what's great? I completely forgot about it. And
oh, really?
I came home from work the other day, and I see this package, and I'm like, "Huh, what is this? Nerd Kung Fu? No, I got my T-shirts. I got my hoodie. I wonder what's in here." And I opened it up, and oh man, it was like Christmas morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. I had forgotten about it as well.
Nice.
And I was sitting there when I got back from out of town last week, and I was like, "What's this?" And the girl's like, "We don't know." I was like, "Okay." And I opened it, and there it was. It's like, nice. So, yep. Coming along.
So they've been good to us over there at Nerd Kung Fu. They sent us some great T-shirts, some great hoodies. This novelty item.
They wanted us to remind the listeners that they also got a ton of like merchandise, like posters and those and mugs and everything you can think of, and not just Star Trek. No,
there's all kinds of nerd stuff over there. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's awesome. So if you haven't gone over there to check it out, do that. Nerd Kung Fu. Valentine's Day is coming.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
the best holiday is coming. Groundhog's Day.
What day?
Groundhog's Day. Get your Groundhog's Day presents.
Yeah, I guess that's what, next week or
February 2nd, baby.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The best holiday.
Oxitani Phil. Yeah, you got to watch the Bill Murray movie if you're gonna.
February 2nd.
Yeah.
I get my second COVID vaccine shot.
Hey,
nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get into that Bill Murray temporal causality loop. have to take that shot over and over and over again. But
that would be
You have to
fun
turn
for
into
like
lizard person.
a week.
What's that?
Daniel,
Chad.
go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you haven't turned into a lizard person yet, so
Yeah.
that's good.
No, I did have a strange reaction though.
Oh yeah.
So I got the shot. There was a 30-minute observation period, and so I sat there for about 28 minutes, and then I was like, I'm fine. And I left, and I hop in the car. I'm on the New York State Thruway, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I feel weird. Like my tummy and then my loins started to feel warm.
Huh.
I'm like,
That's a nice side effect.
I don't know about this. Then I'm like, am I peeing myself? What's going on here?
Oh my gosh.
And then for a minute, I got a little bit worried because I'm thinking, I'm alone in the car going 70 miles an hour on the thruway.
Mhm.
If something happens, I'm toast. So, I put the cruise control down to about 55.
Mhm.
This way, I'm still toast, but I'm toast at 55 miles an hour, I guess. But it passed. That passed right away. Woke up the next morning, had a wicked headache, had wicked body aches, and I was just tired. And which was funny because that was exactly my COVID experience, if you guys remember. That's,
Yeah.
I had 3 days of that, and then I was fine. So that lasted about a day and a half, 2 days, and then I was fine, except I had one more side effect. I was on the couch, and I'm like, I don't think I smell so good. And so I grabbed my wife, and I said, hey, can you sniff the pits? Because I don't think and you know your own funk.
Right.
That if I don't shower for 3 days and then work out in the yard, this is what I smell like. And it wasn't that. It was a body odor smell, but it wasn't my body odor smell.
Yeah.
And I had showered the night before.
Right.
So she's like, "Yeah, you're a little ripe."
Huh.
So I said, "All right, you know what? I'm gonna go take a shower."
Yeah.
And I took a shower, and I had the Irish Spring, and I was scrubbing real good. There's a shower, and then there's a shower.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like you go to the car wash, and it's like there's the regular, and then the silver and the gold.
Right. You went for the gold, yeah.
I went for the gold. I went for the platinum. I took a platinum shower.
Nice. Get the undercarriage done.
Yep, that's it. I got the undercarriage treatment. That doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't. But
everybody knows what it means.
Yeah, we know what it means.
But and I came out, and I had her check me again, and she said, yes, still a little bit. So that told me that it's not something that's on me. It's me.
Coming from you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I Googled it. It's a thing.
Huh.
It's totally a thing, and it's not a COVID vaccine thing. It's a vaccine thing. It's an established side effect that after vaccination, it's not super common, but it can result in a body odor change. So Monday I went to work, and I told my boss, I'm like, listen, you might be detecting a little more cologne today, and here's my reasoning why. So
I like that you had to have that discussion.
Yeah. That's funny.
I didn't want other people having a discussion without me. Like,
right.
Lombardo kind of stinks today.
Right.
I didn't want that.
Yeah.
So
dumpster diving?
Oh, that's awesome.
So now that we covered my stinky armpits, let's move on to something else.
Right.
Can we get to the news?
Yeah, let's do the news.
Attention all hands. It's time for Star Trek news.
Take it away, Daniel-san.
Yeah, that story goes great for our first news story. It comes from trekmovie.com, and the headline is Patrick Stewart gets COVID vaccine ahead of Picard season 2 production date. So,
but, people are always telling me that me and Patrick Stewart, we're like this. We're like the same guy. That
I thought I saw you in the car. I thought I saw you in the car with him. Yeah.
Yep.
So, he posted a video on his Instagram a few days ago where he was in his car and he went to Dodger Stadium and waited in line for 4 hours and got the vaccine. So, you can see him. They lift up his sleeve and they inject him, and he's very happy about it. And he talked about how he was very grateful to get it done. And, so that's exciting. Captain Picard is going to be free of COVID soon. So
good.
That's nice.
Good.
Yeah. Our next news story comes to us from comicbookmovie.com. And the headline is Star Trek Michael Dorn comments on possibility of Worf appearing in Picard. So, yeah.
Of course he does.
Right. Well, right now he's up promoting his movie, Agent Revelation, and I posted the trailer in the group, and it's a movie.
He's got to do something,
He's got to do something.
Yeah.
I will say this: the special effects look better than I thought they would look, so that's nice.
That's good.
Yeah. Anyways, so he was talking. He's out promoting it, and he's talking about maybe playing Worf, and he just reiterated what he said before, that if he's gonna go and do the makeup again, he wants a meaty role. He doesn't want to just do it just to do it. He doesn't want to.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to just stand around and scowl. If I'm going to do 3 hours of makeup or 4 hours of makeup. Then they asked him, like, what about voicing Worf in Lower Decks? Because there's no makeup in that, right? You just go in the audio booth. Same thing, he said. Like, look, Worf was a pretty important character in the show. So, he doesn't want to just have him come up just to, like, beat up some people and walk away, So if he's going to be in Lower Decks, it's got to matter.
Lower Decks could do that without using his voice.
Right.
So
yeah. So yeah. So yeah.
I don't think they will do that.
No.
They've already established that when a known character appears on that show, it's voiced by the original actor, and I think they'd be shooting themselves in the foot by doing that without the original voices, without the original characters.
Excuse me. I agree.
I agree with that too. Yeah. And he's right. Worf is such an important character that, like, if you're gonna bring him in, you're not gonna bring him in just to stand there in the background. Yeah. Even though
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I kind of disagree with him on the Lower Decks thing, though. I mean, it's a 22-minute animated comedy. Everybody who's made an appearance on there, it's just that. It's 90 seconds of dialogue. Because the show is not about them. It is a cameo, but it's a different kind of cameo because it's 22 minutes of nostalgia. Star Trek nostalgia. But
look at John Delancey. He had like 4 lines maybe.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think what we would call a meaty role and what they would call a meaty role might be 2 different things as well. Because if he's coming in there and maybe the one thing that he does is integral to the plot, he might consider that a meaty role, even though it's only like a minute on screen.
Well, I think what he would call a meaty role versus a not meaty role is how much of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, that's
the Klingons have learned about Latinum. You're saying?
Yeah,
they have.
Yeah,
they most certainly have.
By meat, I mean cheese, and by cheese, I mean cheddar.
Yeah.
I do love some cheddar.
I haven't had cheese since December 31st.
Oh man, how are you doing with that?
I'm down 10 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah, so doing okay.
Right
doing
on.
okay with it. I've had a couple of beers while on the road because
Right.
I just had to. But that was the 2 times, 2 different dinners that I cheated on.
On the road or on the road?
No, like at a restaurant while I'm out of town, not while I'm driving.
Yeah.
I thought you had a sippy cup in the cup holder in the car.
Of just straight vodka, so you can't smell it. That doesn't really work.
Idaho is one of the few states where you can legally have an open container.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's freaking nuts over here, man.
Still the wild, wild west.
Yeah. All right. So our last news story comes to us from inverse.com. And the headline is, "You totally missed the Star Trek Easter egg during the Biden inauguration." So
yes, I did, because I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people feel that way. Yeah, I missed this one. And apparently during one of the celebrations, Yo-Yo Ma performed Amazing Grace. But before he played Amazing Grace, he dropped a little bit of a Star Trek Easter egg in case you missed it.
I'm ready for that whenever
you ready for it? Okay.
I'm ready for it.
Let's hear it. There you go.
Yeah, then he starts in the...
Then he starts. So he plays the flourish, and then he goes into Amazing Grace.
Yep.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Yeah. So
totally unexpected, not needed, but awesome.
And not really referenced in his little speech he gives before, just talking about like it's a bright time and blah blah blah. Like, just I don't know. Maybe he's a Trekkie. Maybe Stacey Abrams. Who knows?
Maybe what?
Stacey Abrams,
the governor of Georgia.
Yeah, she's a huge Trekkie. She did an interview where she talked about.
So is Corey McJazz Hands.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Whatever. But
sorry, I can't. There are some things I won't let go, and I just have to bring it up. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
so cool. So
Georgia.
I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah.
The Peach State. All right, we ready to move back into the feedback?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yes.
Daniel's like, save us! Holy shit!
Yeah.
Frequencies. Open.
We got a lot of feedback.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
So, made the post over on Twitter a couple days ago about our topic. We'll get into that. That's the first part of the feedback. But one of the things that's funny is, accidentally in a response to one of them, I typed in, you apparently, you still need a mask even if you're vaccinated. And I tried to type in mask as the end of the sentence, dot, and then next, like period. And then right next to it, I typed in WTF, all uppercase. Well, apparently WTF is a domain name. So mask.wtf is an actual website you can go to. And so in that conversation I had with a guy on Twitter, I started to figure out, okay, well, what other domains could we get to? Like, we can buy for $50 a year right now, Captain Marvel. What the fuck?
I would get Chad. What the fuck? You should get that.
Hey, let's see if it's there.
Yeah,
let's see if it's there.
Because that would be amazing.
Let's see. Chad.wtf is not available. Chad is wrong. Let's see if Chad is wrong is. Yep, Chad is wrong is currently available. .wtf. Man. I might have to go buy that. That's hysterical.
We may need that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That is pretty good. Okay, and then a couple of emails. We've got 2 over the last 2 weeks from Chartable, which means we actually showed up on a list somewhere. So believe it or not, nice. The week of the 11th of January, or somewhere around the 11th of January, we were number 59 in Norway out of all podcasts on Apple. Which is
we are killing it in Norway. Yeah. We are killing it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. And then on the week of the 18th, or somewhere around the 18th, we were number 57 in South Africa. So, I mean, we are just all over the map.
Diplomatic immunity.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
And then we got this wonderful email from Rachel B.
Oh.
So I'm going to read this. This is just a great email. It says, "Belated, you're wrong." That's the subject. And she says, "Some positive feedback first. I absolutely love listening to you guys. As a full-time college student and a full-time delivery driver, I turned to podcasts for work where I found Trekcast. I first went to listen to everything you had at the time of season 3, and then have since then been going through everything since episode 1 of Trekcast TNG. So she started back on our first one. She says, however, as I am making my way through this all, I found where you were wrong. In the episode, yeah, no kidding. You're going to find a lot more, Rachel. In the episode,
keep a list, Rachel.
Yeah, that would be funny to actually have a real list. I bet you'd be shorter than most people think. So she says, in the episode you talk about the short trek where Pike is testing the cadet, you said nobody memorizes regulations. I shouldn't have said that. She says, I can personally say this is incorrect. Living and working on a military base, I've personally memorized a few regulations. One out of our pure pettiness because someone tried to stop me on something 100% allowed. And I know for a fact my parents, both military, have memorized different regulations to the point of being able to recite them, like as shown in the short trek. In a military space, especially for someone going through officer training, it does make sense to memorize such things. Anyways, love listening to you guys. I'm going to be sad when I exhaust all the episodes here. I haven't been able to find another Trek podcast that compares. That is really sweet, Rachel. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So,
Awesome.
but pretty cool that she's going back and listening to all of them.
That is cool.
Yeah, pretty nice. Yeah. And then we got another one from Akil Ahmed. And he said, hey, guys, how's it going? Hate to tell you this, but 1984, that's the Wonder Woman movie, was not written by Orson Welles. It was George Orwell. Sorry, that just jumped out at me.
Cheers. Oh, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. Very good.
All right.
That's it on the emails. That was good.
I've got an email from Scott. Scott Bowder. Yeah.
Strongbeard?
Yeah.
Oh,
Strongbeard. Yeah. And it says, I enjoyed the recent supplemental podcast, but was wondering why there was no feedback or news. Was it out of budgetary concerns? I will do my part to buy a coffee. The people demand to know the latest Star Trek news. So, yeah. No, that was because we were trying to make it evergreen, Scott, and we didn't want to put news and date it. So that's
that
why.
brings up an interesting thought, though, from Scott. Because we're back into this every other week rotation now, or two. Or at least I think we are. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Every week, I don't care. But maybe on those off weeks where we're not doing a full blown show, we just have just the news or just whatever. Maybe something short.
Oh, that could be cool.
Just a quick little 10-minute something or whatever that we fit in, or 15, whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's just a thought. We'll think about it. So
yeah, we'll talk about it.
That actually brings up a good suggestion there, Scott.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another message from him?
He sent 2, but it's the same thing. Okay. It was the same email twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought there was something about
well, he sent a donation.
Naming a segment. Did he name a segment after himself or something? Let me see.
I don't remember this.
Through,
yeah, he sent a coffee donation in. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was going to do that. Okay. So he did send a coffee donation in, and I'm supposed to read it. So very good. Very good, Dan.
Yep. There it is.
This week's feedback is sponsored by Scott Strongbeard Bowders, because the fans deserve a voice. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
See, they weren't going to do it, Scott. I took care of you. You just remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me think maybe we should get to the donations and the coffee account and all that first in our feedback section in case we miss something like that moving forward.
Yeah.
So we will definitely do that, Scott. So I was gonna that's right. I was gonna record that as like a one-off thing, like dub my voice or something and then play it, and I totally forgot about that.
So wait a minute. So we said we were gonna do something and then didn't follow through?
That doesn't sound like us at all.
Not at all. Well, it's even harder now when there's 2 weeks between one show and the next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Excuses are like assholes, Chad.
Killing me, Smalls.
I know.
Exactly.
All right. Did you have anything else, Dan?
No,
Okay, I got one more on the coffee account. They're coming from Daryl. And he says, hey, guys, got the Christmas card today. So Thanks again, and Happy New Year, and possibly a future topic/game night suggestion: Star Trek Bridge Simulator in the style of D&D. So that brought up a conversation that we had this last week between the three of us. We had talked about doing this before as an episode. We were literally just playing a game, via Skype with one another. And then, Daniel, you had another suggestion too.
Yeah, so a while back, a company sent me the actual official Star Trek role-playing game. And I've got 2 books of it, so we can do a campaign. And there's one-offs in there, so we could just do one episode that is in there, And there's pre-made characters. I've got the whole thing to do it, and we talked about doing this before.
Yeah, we should definitely put that on the list. If you didn't type that into the doc, let's do
that.
Yeah.
The people don't know about that. We've got a list of show topic ideas.
Yeah.
So
we have a shareable Word document now, and I think we probably need to add a to-do list to that.
Yeah. Today's topic comes straight out of that list. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're not really ranked. We just have a list, and
whatever.
So it's no order.
Just
pick and go.
Some of them have been on there for years.
Just never got to it.
Yeah.
Someday we'll get to that Voyager reboot. Yeah.
Well, we got the time now. I think we'll have the rest. I mean, I still think we're going to have a long time here before another new Trek comes out, other than Lower Decks, because for all intents and purposes, that could be ready to be released all of a sudden at any time.
Yeah.
They never stopped working on it.
They're going to give us a warning because they're going to want to promote it. So
Sure. But I mean, so yeah, we got some time this year, though. I don't think there's going to be, we talked about this before, I don't think there's going to be a ton of new Trek this year. I think they'll load it all for 22.
Mm-hmm.
But we shall see.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was thinking it might be kind of fun at maybe at the end of the Marvel shows, like the end of WandaVision, at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, maybe do a recap of the whole season and talk about that.
I'm down for that because I'm watching WandaVision with the wife, and the Friday night's episode was the 3rd one, and it was pretty good. It really kind of starts to lay out what the hell is going on. You watch the very first one, and for the first 5-6 minutes, you're about ready to just walk away. This is the dumbest thing ever. What in the hell is this?
I figured we were all watching them, so
yeah. So yeah, we are.
I think it's smart of them that they've only done one episode in each time period because it was cute. The I Love Lucy thing, it was cute, but I don't think I'd want to see 2 episodes of that.
No.
And the I Dream of Jeannie episode or Bewitched or whatever it was supposed to be, it was cute, but I don't think I'd want to see 2 episodes of that. And
I'd take another one of those that 70s shows though.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like this last. one.
They've done some really cool stuff, some really subtle things, when it changed from the 70s show to them showing what's going on in the outside world. Did you notice it went from a square screen?
Yeah.
It slowly changed to a cinematic ratio, and it was just such a small thing, but it's always interesting when a storyteller finds a new way to tell the story. And I don't think I've ever seen that before, where, you change the aspect ratio as a story point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I feel like other things have done that, but
but I can't picture what it is. I don't think that's a first, but you're right. It's nice to see them use it that way. I mean, that's the thing we don't get nowadays is something that's not enough of it. I'll put it that way. That's something totally new and unique that hasn't been done before. I mean, we're living in an age of constant repetitive sequels and reboots and reimaginings and whatever else. I mean, even Spider-Man, as good as it is with Tom Holland, is just another freaking telling the story all over again, right? So
right.
Same thing with Batman and Wonder Woman and all this other stuff. It's all telling the stories over again. There's nothing new to it.
You don't besmirch Batman. He didn't do anything to you.
I will besmirch Batman. You don't need to make another one of those, especially with Twinkle.
Yes, you do.
Away. So, but anyway. So no, I mean, it's nice. I mean, like Fat Man, we talked about that obviously last weekend.
It's
that was
unique,
such a breath of fresh air. We need more of those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And this is definitely turning out to turn the Marvel universe. I know a lot of people are poo-pooing the whole Wanda doesn't get her own series, and everybody gets their own show or own series, but the women don't. Well, yeah, we got Black Widow coming up, and this is a different take on doing a Wanda movie, right? This is a full blown. I mean, this is better in my mind, just because of the whole mystery. And, yeah, it's a hell of a lot more content. It's a lot more focus driven. It's putting in these nice little subtle things about her background without even knowing it, without even really being able to tell. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's really from the first 10 minutes of the first episode to now. Boy, it's done a 720. I mean, it's interesting. It's very unique.
One of the things I noticed in the show that I thought was kind of cool is whenever they need to do, like, she's using her magic, but it's within the context of that fake world, they're using the crappy effects.
Yes.
But like when something really needs to happen, they use the good effects. Like when Vision took the thing out of that guy's throat because he was choking. They used a real effect, you know?
Yep.
So I like that they show that difference.
Yeah, it's well done. It's very well done. So if you're not watching WandaVision over on Disney Plus, you should go watch it.
Yeah.
Or if you don't subscribe, then wait another couple of weeks until it's over and then binge the whole thing on a weekend.
Right. There you go.
With a free subscriction.
Well, should we get to our topic?
Yeah, we should probably get to it. Welcome to Marvel Cast, ladies and
today.
gentlemen. Yeah. This is who we are.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into the topic.
Talking about Star Trek in this week's topic. Talking about the Star Trek in this week's topic.
So this one's a little unique, ladies and gentlemen, because we're not doing a review show for the first time in 25 weeks. It's kind of crazy. So the topic we posted up on, I'm sure you guys posted it on Instagram and over on the Facebook group. I posted it up on Twitter, and it is, what equipment from all of sci-fi would you want? You got to pick an offensive weapon, defensive weapon, special suit, planet-based vehicle, and a spaceship. So all of those categories, one of each.
Take these one round at a time. We each pick one and then go from there. So what would be your offensive weapon, the first one? Let's go down the list.
Okay. I'll go first. It's from that movie. We couldn't figure out which one it was. It's a little unknown sci-fi movie, but it's called Deadly Weapon, and basically stars a kid who's looks like a Native American by the time he's done with painted face. But the weapon he's got is so overpowered. I mean, it's a backpack with a little pistol thing that's got an actual cord going from the pistol to the backpack. But one shot would probably rip through anything in its way for miles and miles on end. I mean, it's probably overpowered, but it's enough to it'd probably take out a shuttlecraft. You know, it's that overpowered. So that would be my offensive weapon pick.
Okay. What about you, Dan?
I feel like I went with the obvious choice, the obvious fan choice. But I just have to qualify my choice. I really couldn't think of anything that I would much rather have. So I went with a lightsaber.
Okay.
Just because, not that it's the most effective weapon, because it has no range at all.
Right.
It's an up close melee type weapon. But it's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's just so cool that, how could I not pick it? But my other issue with it is not only is it not effective as a ranged weapon, but really if you're not force sensitive, it's not effective at all either.
No.
If you don't have the force along with it, you can't deflect blaster bolts with it or anything, and you're just going to get blown away from 50 yards away, and that's just the way it is. So I picked it just for the cool factor, but also, and I'm not sure how we're supposed to do this. Or am I all these things that I'm picking? Am I possessing them at the same time?
Well, I mean, it's just what you're picking, so whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have all of mine at the same time.
All right, cool. So I considered that when I picked my defensive weapon, so it could compensate for how ineffective my offensive weapon is.
That's fair.
All right.
Okay. We'll get to that.
That's
all right.
fair.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
So And green. That'd be my color.
Oh, okay.
The lightsaber.
All right. I would have thought blue, but all right, green. All right.
Nah, I'm green. You know, Luke Skywalker, full-fledged.
Okay.
Once he becomes a full-fledged
Yeah,
Jedi, you know, that's what he was holding. So that's what I want.
that's fair. I picked the Zorg ZF-1 pod weapon, aka the gun from Fifth Element.
Yep. Does
The
everything,
giant-
doesn't it?
It does everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So I thought it was
Okay.
cool. It's way over the top.
None of us picked a phaser.
Hey,
Well, we've
man,
got
I
other
love Star
weapons to
Trek,
pick.
but Phaser's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Or a
just a laser
batleth, or-
gun.
We're not trying to heat up rocks.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cold in here.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, defensive weapon, Chad.
So this might be a little controversial for what I picked, but
Okay.
I picked a tricorder as my defensive weapon.
Oh,
Huh.
interesting. Why is that?
You'll understand when I tell you what my special suit is, but a defensive weapon from the standpoint of you can see what's coming, nothing can really hide from you, and if you have to, you can overload it and make it explode. So while you run away.
Okay.
So you said a tricorder?
Yeah,
You said a
tricorder.
tricorder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't see what you had in your hand.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Can you see it better now?
Yeah.
Yep. No, I can see it now.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. And it'll make even more
Okay.
sense when I tell you my next three things. So
Okay.
All
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
anybody writing these down?
No.
No. Okay.
I got mine.
Oh, you got it written
Right
down.
up.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that a PDA?
I thought it was a BlackBerry.
No.
No, it's
Oh,
the
it's
other
the case
phone.
for the- okay,
Remember
okay.
my
Yeah.
yeah.
At first, that looked like one of those old PDAs with the little the buttons on and everything because of the case around it made it look bulky. I was like, what?
Every iPhone I've had, my first purchase is an OtterBox
Oh,
because
Yeah.
you know, I would destroy it. I would destroy it.
I had one of those when they first came out. I spent $600 on it, and at the time, this is probably like 2004, so it seemed like a ton of money.
yeah.
But it was one of those little Hewlett-Packard personal digital assistants, and all you could really do was you could get online, kind of, not really. You could type notes with it and store them. And I used to walk around this is when I was running a shop floor, and I'd walk around and type my notes up with that. And I used it for about 3 months, and then shoved it in a drawer and never touched it again.
Why do I picture you doing that like on a Segway?
Yeah, we had carts at one point. We did. We
Yeah.
had carts that we'd ride through the plant. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Now I'm picturing you with a hard hat that says Chad on the back of it,
Yes.
so that when you grab it off the shelf, you know you're wearing yours, not somebody else's.
Yeah. I do own a hard hat.
Nice. Dan, what's your defensive weapon?
My defensive weapon, and like I said, I chose this specifically because my offensive weapon is a lightsaber, and I don't want to get hit by blaster bolts.
Uh-huh.
I also don't want to slip and cut my own leg off.
Right.
So my defensive weapon is a Borg personal force field.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Yep.
I like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
So
That
if I
was
drop
good.
the lightsaber on my foot, it'll bounce off, cut a hole in the floor, fall down into the basement. I'll have to go get it.
Yep.
But yeah, nobody's shooting me from 50 yards. Well, they're shooting me. They're not gonna get me.
Right.
Right.
I went with the obvious Captain America shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
So you've
Doesn't
got a
obey the law
Zorg
of
blaster and a
physics.
Captain America shield.
Yeah. This is
Trying
what
to
I
picture
got.
that now.
Yeah.
Now, is it strictly defensive, or are you practicing your throws on the weekends?
I mean, you got to practice your throws, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
You got-
bounces and the ricochet.
Yeah. Plus,
All right,
I got
so
the dog, so it's like a frisbee.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the nerd alert.
Yeah.
Can I slice through his shield with my lightsaber?
Ooh.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
The only thing you can't slice through with a lightsaber is Beskar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do we know that
just
that
stronger? Yeah.
How do we know that Beskar isn't just what they call adamantium in the Star
Vibranium,
Wars
you mean?
universe? Vibranium.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on which medium you're reading it in.
True, that's true. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, actually, you could call that the vibranium of the Star Wars universe, Beskar.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe it would just hit it and stop.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's whatever you
ask.
want.
Let's ask somebody. I'll put up a poll on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are vibranium and Beskar the same thing? Would a lightsaber go through Captain America's shield? That'll be the question.
Okay.
All right.
So
I'm down with that.
Okay.
Now special suit.
So you kind of a little bit stole my thunder, Dan, because that's exactly what I'd be wearing. I'd be wearing a Borg augmented suit. I wouldn't become a Borg, but I'd have a lot of stuff on from the Borg, and I would have that shield as well. That's why my defensive weapon would be the tricorder, because then I would also have everything else on top of it from a Borg suit. So
Okay.
The defensive shields, the adaptability.
But is it really a suit? That's a body. That's their body.
It's stuff that they've attached to themselves like a suit. I mean, they can't really take it off, but yeah, I would kind of call that a special suit.
I don't know.
We need to be clear.
I'm throwing a flag down on this play.
Now, Chad, are you wearing the cat suit like 7 of 9? That kind of Borg
now,
suit?
if you want to wear the cat suit, I'm down with that.
I don't know. I don't think I'm down with that.
No, I want him to write himself into a corner. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I want to see Chad standing in the corner with his head hanging in shame because he's wearing 7 of 9's cat suit with his his tricorder and what was your offensive weapon?
It's just a ray gun.
Yeah. Okay.
It sounds really stupid now.
Chad does have the cat ears for the cat suit. So.
That's true. That's true.
I am getting a little slimmer, but not that slim.
Yeah, same.
No, not going to wear the cat suit.
Maybe for the Men of Trekcast calendar someday.
There you go. Oh,
there we go.
That would just totally.
That'll sell it.
Oof, man.
It's your January right there in the cat suit.
Let's see. Is there a 7 of 9 cat suit on sale somewhere?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Suit.
Let's see. I'm gonna look now.
Well, okay, I'll say what my special.
Yeah, keep going.
In the meantime.
Oh, it's only $65 from Azure Costumes. There you go.
There you go. Well, Dan, do you want to say your special suit, or do you want to?
You can go. I'm googling something, and then I'll go.
I picked, because comic book nerd, the Blue Beetle suit, because that thing can be just about anything, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Jaime Reyes, Daniel Reyes. So
Yep. There you go.
Yep. Keep it in. Yeah.
You want Uncle Jaime's suit?
See. Yeah. I thought it'd be cool. So.
All right. So you picked a second tier DC character.
Oh, I think he's third tier.
Which third tier? All right. Because I picked the second tier Marvel character.
Oh, who'd you pick?
I picked the Ant-Man suit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want the Ant-Man suit. I think. Let me tell you, I am super impressed with those movies. When they first announced that they're doing an Ant-Man movie, my first thought was, this is going to be terrible.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be terrible. Nobody knows who that character is, and what's his thing? He gets small. I thought it was going to be a big steaming turd, and honestly, that's one of the ones that I rewatch the most because I think in a way they knew that, and they knew we're going to have to do something different, and they made it funny, they made it fun, and really they explored the actual potential of that power, and it was great. Yeah, can you imagine? You want to get away from it all, and you just boop, you hit that button, and you're 2 millimeters tall, and you're basically alone. As a guy with a house full of kids.
Dude, you could chill out in Castle Grayskull.
Yeah, exactly. And if I need to be as big as a house, I have that option as well. You know what I'd like to see them do?
What's
that? They've had him really small, they've had him really big, they've had him kind of small. There was in the second movie he was like 3 feet tall for a little while.
The kid size.
When the suit was malfunctioning. I'd like to see just not 100 feet tall, just 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Just big enough. Well, just big enough that I'd like to see a scene where like he's seated in a restaurant and there's a guy talking some shit and there's about to be a fight or whatever, and as he's standing up, he hits the button and just gives himself an extra 1.5 feet. And as he's standing up, so now he stands up and the bully is looking up at him like thinking it over, like, well, he's not ripped, he's not built like a brick shithouse, but holy shit, he's 2 feet taller than me.
Right.
Anyway, so that would be my special suit, the Ant-Man suit. Plus, I mean, when I go to Five Guys, I think I would order the small cheeseburger, but then bring myself down by about 25%, and suddenly it's a huge burger.
You're making me hungry.
I'm so excited to eat today after a long fast.
I bet you are.
Yeah.
A perfect scene for that very thing you're talking about is when he's meeting with like Thor or the Hulk or whatever, and every time another character walks in who's a little taller than him, he gets just a little taller. The next character that walks in is a little taller, he gets a little taller. And then finally somebody points it out, like, stop doing that, okay? You're shorter than all of us, knock it off. That would be a perfect little scene,
That would be funny. Or he shrinks down to get himself like an inch over Rocket just to be a dick.
Yeah. What's it like to be as little as you?
Yeah, that's funny.
That's
all right. Let's the next one. Planet-based vehicle.
Okay. Who's going first? Me again?
You chat. Yeah.
All right. So I would just want the Argos, because why not? It just looked like so much fun in Nemesis. I mean, what else are you gonna have? Yeah, exactly. Just a Doom buggy with a gun on the top. I mean, it looks like fun. It's fast. It can be stored inside of a shuttlecraft. I mean, come on. It's I don't know. It'd be fun because really you don't need it. Like with the next thing I'm going to mention is my spaceship. Like I don't need this thing, but it would be fun. So
right. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with it too. Yeah. Something fun.
Yep.
All right. The Argus is cool. Yeah. What about you, Dan?
I chose a 1982 Trans Am black with tan interior, but not just any black 1982 Pontiac Trans Am, specifically the Knight Industries 2000.
Nice. with the Kid AI.
Just absolutely. As a kid, I loved that movie. And I loved that car, and I still love that car. When I see a third generation Firebird drive by, I turn my head every time. Nice. I've owned a couple of them over the years. I would like to own another one someday. It's a classic car at this point. So it's one part classic car, one part sci-fi nerd vehicle, and it has every gadget you may need depending on the plot of that week's episode. So, you need a grappling hook. What a coincidence. In the first segment, we installed a grappling hook.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And because of my spaceship choice, similar to Chad, because of my spaceship choice, it's kind of irrelevant what ground-based vehicle I'll have. So I just want it to have it.
Yep, that'd be cool. I
Yeah.
figured for a moment you would pick the Ghostbusters vehicle because that's just awesome.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Well, the other thing, because I have Ant-Man's suit, I mean, I could carry Kit in my back pocket.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's a man. See, now that's coming. Yeah.
That
You can
is
carry
cool.
your spaceship in your back pocket too.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm awesome, and I don't even know it.
Yeah. That Ant-Man suit's very, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm looking to the right of me, and I've got all this Back to the Future merchandise, but I don't want to go with that. Although I do want to stick with the 80s for my vehicle. I decided to go with something a little more better for the environment, we should say, because it doesn't run on any fuels. It's Battle Cat from Masters of the Universe. It's very much a green vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It might be a lot of methane. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah,
that would be fun.
Battle
though.
Cat would be awesome.
So hold on. You've got the shield from Captain America, Zorg's blaster from
yeah,
dang
from
it,
Fifth
that
Element.
movie. Yeah, that movie.
Yeah.
And then you've got your suit was what again?
The Blue Beetle suit.
The Blue Beetle suit, and you're riding on a green giant cat.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
super green.
This is a hell of a picture. This needs to be like painted in like pastel and blacklight shiny colors on the side of the van.
Somebody needs to draw this. This is amazing.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good visual.
It is a good visual.
Nice.
It's crazy.
I like it.
That's out of left field. I would not have expected that. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right, last one, spaceships.
Okay, so obviously I would pick the Defiant. I mean, there's so many different spaceships. There's so many different, but none of them would be, because I would pick the Defiant with the cloak on it. Okay, so I mean, I almost went with the last Starfighter because I can still land on the ground, but it would have no room for the Argos.
Right.
I don't know if the Defiant would really have room for. I don't think it has its own shuttlecraft, but whatever. I'd find a way to fit the Argos inside of it. I'd have Dan use his suit on it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But no, I mean, the Defiant can land on ground, can't it? I don't think we've ever seen it do that, but it can.
No,
can't
it can.
it? Yeah, I thought so.
It can.
Yeah, so
It's fictional, dude. It can do whatever you want it to.
well,
do.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. But I mean, I couldn't really pick things like Serenity ship, like that's an awesome ship, but you can't really pick that because it's really got no ability to defend against itself other than to run away.
Right.
The Millennium Falcon's cool, but it doesn't even really have shields. There's no such thing as shields, and really, and
and it's broken half the time.
It's broken, yeah. I had too much stuff to fix. So yeah, I picked a Defiant for those reasons.
That's fair. All right.
Dan?
I picked the Enterprise.
Yeah.
I was predictable again. I picked the Enterprise.
Which one?
NCC 1701 Delta, baby. I picked the Enterprise D.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. It's it is. It's my favorite ship. It's the show I watched when I was a kid. I was 10 years old when TNG came out. So, my kid memories of there you go, baby.
Yeah.
There you go. That right there. And so, it was a mostly nostalgic choice. But at the same time, it's got shuttlecraft. It's got a transporter. It's got a holodeck.
Yeah.
It's got tricorders. It's got an armory full. Yep, it's got replicators. It's got an armory full of phasers. And I want to see Geordi and Data and Barclay walking through the shuttle bay, and the Night Industries 2000 is parked in the background. So
that would work.
Yeah.
So you would have the whole crew with you then?
Well, I would have a crew. I mean, you can't have a ship like that and not have a crew. I don't want to overstep and cheat and say that all these people would come with me. But they'd want to. They'd be like, that dude's got an Ant-Man suit, a lightsaber, personal Borg shields, and he's got a classic automobile that talks to him. We totally want to be on this guy's ship.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And because of my Ant-Man suit, because of my Ant-Man suit, I think I would wear the Enterprise D on a lanyard around my neck like a 1980s rapper.
Nice.
There you go. There you go.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna go with the first one that popped in my head, and I was trying to think of other ones too, but no, this is the one. The TARDIS from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because not only is it because it can time travel and it can go across space, so you can do anything you want, and it's bigger on the inside than the outside, so I got plenty of room for Battle Cat. And so it would just be fun. Yeah.
Okay, so change that image I gave on the side of the van, right, and just put a TARDIS in the background behind it, and there you go, image complete.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice,
With my Captain America shield and my Zorg. Yeah. So. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I just thought this was a fun list. We had other people give their lists as well. Wes said that he would pick the lightsaber as both offensive and defensive, the Spartan armor from Halo, the Warthog from Halo, and a saber-class starship. Daryl says that the Green Lantern ring ticks all the boxes, which he's not wrong about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Lumberjack Daryl, because he said the same thing over on Twitter. Green Lantern ring. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, same guy.
I thought about that. I didn't know if we were doing comic books.
Yeah.
So
anything, yeah.
But
it's
the ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
Commander Felton said that he would like the new Delta badge from Discovery because it does just about everything, which is true.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be my first. He's going to be my first officer.
There you go.
There you go.
On my Enterprise D. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Commander got a promotion.
Yeah. It's a first officer. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. You said you had some from Twitter as well, John?
Yeah, so Lumberjack Daryl commented over there with the Green Lantern ring, and then Hipster Spock, who's always just sarcastic as all hell, said, I would want medication that would allow me and my family to live a normal life so I don't have to deal with the pandemic anymore. And then he said the Delta Flyer would be cool too. So yeah.
I would shrink myself down so small that I could literally punch the virus in its face. That's
like
what I would do.
Episode of Voyager?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
That would be good.
Yeah. So, well, that's basically the topic. Like,
that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just, it's nerdy crap. It's just you talk about, stuff, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have a lot more nerdy crap to talk about over the weeks ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, we will. We will. Yeah, if you have topic ideas, feel free to tell us, things you want us to cover for sure. Yeah. But we've got our list. We've got stuff planned out for you guys, so.
All right, sounds good. Anything else you want to cover, guys, before we head out?
No, that's it.
Okie dokie.
So for those overseas who are just now getting Lower Decks, because it's popping up all over Twitter again, Lower Decks is, because everybody's, I think they're in episode 3 this upcoming week for Lower Decks they're going to see. Yeah. Make sure you go back and listen to, I believe it's episode 247. We Forget Things is the episode number and title of where the Lower Decks reviews begin. So I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I'll start to do with some of the people that are posting on Twitter. I kind of feel like maybe I should start rewatching that just for the hell of it. So I don't know. We'll see. Good stuff though. Good stuff. And then if there's nothing else,
and those people should let us know what they think. They're being exposed to it for the first time now.
Yeah.
Hit us up in the feedback and let us know.
Yeah, please do. Send your emails at trekcasttng@gmail.com or chadiswrong@gmail.com. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at trekcasttng, on Twitter at trekcasttng. Are you noticing a trend here? And then, of course, over on the Facebook group, which is just Trekcast. You can also call us anytime, 816-287-0448, and leave a voicemail. We will play that on the show. Didn't have any voicemails over the last 2 weeks, so we didn't play them. But if you leave one, we'll certainly have it queued up for the next show, which will be in 2 weeks' time. Today is January 24th. That should have been said at the beginning, whatever. And 2 weeks from now, we'll be back on February 7th. A lot is going to happen between now and then. So with that,
thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a Starfleet expression for get out.
That's right.
It's not very loud.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
All right.
It works. All right, guys.
Well, there you have it. Another episode in the can. Check us out at Trekcast.com. Also, if you would, please subscribe to us via iTunes. Leave those reviews. Subscribe to us. We'll get some numbers, get up the list, get more listeners, do more shows, have more fun. But for now, we're all done. So live long and prosper, and we'll see you next week.